There are mornings I didn't photograph that I remember better than the ones I did. The light through the gap in the old curtain, the cup, the sound, the way the city hid. I went through phases of recording everything, a period of documentation, serious and long, and came out of it with a full archive, and somehow lost the feeling of the song. The unrecorded mornings are more vivid, they live in the body, not the screen, and I can find them with my eyes still open in the texture of whatever Tuesday's been. There was a morning in my late 20s, in a city I was living in temporarily, when the light came in and made a stripe across the floorboard, and I sat in it and felt extraordinarily free. Nobody knows about that morning, it doesn't exist outside the body's key, but it was mine completely and entirely, and it was real the way the deep things are real and deep. The days that lived without a record lived longer in the body, not the file. Mornings that no one photographed still happen, they're not less real for having no receipt. The light that landed on the floor that Tuesday is as true as anything I chose to keep. Mornings that no one photographed still matter, they accumulated quietly inside, and the person that I am today is partly made of all the mornings no one archived. I had a breakfast once at a counter stool in a place I'd wandered into without knowing why. The eggs were plain and perfect, and the coffee was the kind that makes you glad you didn't die. I talked to no one, and I wrote down nothing, and I caught a bus and went about my day. And that morning is as clear to me as any that I carefully framed and put away. There's a mercy in the moments no one's watching that allows a different kind of being there, where you're not performing presence for the record, just present in the full specific air. And perhaps those mornings gave me more completely to whatever it was I needed to receive, because the camera is a kind of distance, and the unrecorded morning is a different kind of believed. And every undocumented hour is an archive in a language only memory can read. Mornings that no one photographed still happen, they're not less real for having no receipt. The light that landed on the floor that Tuesday is as true as anything I chose to keep. Mornings that no one photographed still matter, they accumulated quietly inside, and the person that I am today is partly made of all the mornings no one archived. I'll photograph some things, I'll keep the practice. A record has its value in its place, but I'm also learning when to leave the phone inside and give the morning my full face, and trust that what is felt is what is kept in the deeper archive of the years. that the unrecorded light and unrecorded coffee will be there when I need them. Clear mornings that no one photographed our way inside the body, like a second library full of light and eggs and stripe of sun on floorboards, and the cities I was lucky enough to see. Mornings that no one photographed are generous, they give themselves completely to the one who's there. And I am grateful for the times I put the phone down and let the morning have me again and there. There are mornings I do in photograph that I remember best of all. The light, the cup, the city softly waking, the particular fall of something through a curtain gap that no one else has seen, and that is mine for a night. Whatever else I've been. There was a sweater on the chair when I woke up, blue-gray, familiar, not exactly mine. I stood there for a moment trying to place it, following it back along some kind of line. It must have been my sister's from the visit 3 weekends back when she stayed through the rain. She'd layered it and left it in the hurry of catching the early train back home again. I held it for a moment before folding. It smelled like her apartment, like her soap, like the specific mixture of 2 people who grew up in the same house, same hope. I put it on the chair back, not the drawer, because folding felt too final to resolve. There are some objects that resist the putting away, like they need to stay visible to be loved. The ordinary evidence of other people is one of the best things a room can hold. Someone left a sweater on the chair, and I am glad they did, and I am glad it's there. It means someone was here and warmth was happening, and warmth without an owner still is fair. Someone left a sweater on the chair, these small remainders of the people that we keep. A scarf, a book, a charger, an umbrella are company of a very gentle kind to read. There's a coffee mug my friend left on a Tuesday, with a ring on the base I never cleaned away. It's still there on the shelf beside the others, a quiet monument to that ordinary day. There's a book that someone lent me and forgot. 3 years of reading with their name inside. I've read it twice and both times thought of them and felt their taste walk closely by my side. There's a key that I kept long after the lock changed, of a place I lived in that no longer is. It opens nothing now, but I don't leave it, because it's still a key and still feels like it gives. There's a whole collection of the people that I love in all these objects that they left without a thought. Someone left a sweater on the chair, and I am glad they did, and I am glad it's there. It means someone was here and warmth was happening, and warmth without an owner still is fair. Someone left a sweater on the chair, these small remainders of the people that we keep. A scarf, a book, a charger, an umbrella are company of a very gentle kind to read. Someday I'll send the sweater back to her, or she'll come and take it in the spring. But for now I'll leave it on the back of the chair, where it does exactly what a sweater needs to bring. And I'll live with all these gentle artifacts of lives that touched mine and kept moving on, because having been here is a kind of staying, even when the person having been is gone. Someone left a sweater on the chair, and I am keeping it a little longer still, because the blue-gray of it and the morning light is quiet bliss, specifically a thrill. Someone left a sweater on the chair and left behind a warmth I didn't thread, and I will return it, of course, eventually, but not before I've held it while I can. There was a sweater on the chair when I woke up. Florist florist on the small street near the station doesn't say a lot when you come in. She looks at you a moment, then the flowers, and then she starts to put something together. I've been going to her shop for over 2 years, never knowing quite what I'll leave with. She has a way of reading the occasion from the way you're standing and the light. I came in once after a difficult week, not knowing what the week had been to look at. She picked some yellow things, low-voiced and steady, and wrapped them up in paper without asking why. She charged me a fair price and gave me change, and something in the way she counted out the coins felt like permission to be quieter than I'd managed in the previous days. I've never told her anything about me. She's never asked, which is its own respect. We meet across the language of the flowers and leave with something neither could predict. There are people who communicate in objects whose fluency is texture, color, form. The florist who doesn't speak much gives you more than someone who would fill the space with sound. She listens with her hands among the stems and gives you back the thing that you have found. The florist who doesn't speak much knows that flowers speak a different kind of truth, that white means clarity and red means present, and yellow on a hard week is a roof. I watched her once with someone young and nervous who was buying for a reason hard to name. She took her time and didn't ask directly, but built them something gentle all the same. She added one small branch of something unexpected that didn't match by any rule I know, but somehow made the whole arrangement breathe more like a line in a poem that lets the poem go. I have tried to learn the names of what she uses, but she rotates the season through the shelves, and half the time the names are just approximations of things that have been living by themselves. There is a craft in what she does on Tuesdays when the new 𝒔𝒊𝒕𝒉 comes, and she rearranges every vase and every bucket in the window into something none of us could name, but all of us can see. And I watch her through the glass sometimes before entering the total concentration of the hands. The florist who doesn't speak much gives you more than someone who would fill the space with sound. She listens with her hands among the stems and gives you back the thing that you have found. The florist who doesn't speak much knows that flowers speak a different kind of truth, that white means clarity and red means present, and yellow on a hard week is a roof. I'd like to bring her something one day that says what her flowers say to me. Some gesture in a language she'd receive that isn't flowers, but that sets me free. But maybe the return visit is enough, the showing up with whatever the week was, and trusting her to find the right response in the bucket near the door, or just because. The florist who doesn't speak much teaches me that expertise wears quiet like a coat, that you don't have to narrate the transaction, make it something worth a steady note. The florist who doesn't speak much is always there on the small street near the station, near the rain, and I'll keep going back with my hard weeks and leaving with the yellow once again. the stems and hands them over clean with a nod that says everything is said. And I walk out into whatever comes next, carrying the yellow and feeling less like dread. I have been mapping my neighborhood for years, not on paper, just inside the body. Each corner has a texture, each lane a smell, a private atlas no one else can read. I know the route that takes me past the bakery, and the one that avoids the scaffolding on 3rd. I know the shortcut through the parking structure that only works on Sundays, which is absurd. I know which walls have murals worth revisiting, and which ones were painted over, I'm not sure when. I know the tree that blooms before the others, and the stump of the one that won't bloom again. I know the corner where the wind accelerates, no matter what direction it was blowing from before. And the alcove near the library entrance that shelters you completely, 2 steps from the door. I know the apartment window that has lights on every single night. I've walked home late with a blue lamp I've grown fond of in the distance, a quiet constancy I've come to appreciate. The knowledge of a neighborhood is earned by walking it in all its weather slowly. The map I made of my own neighborhood is made of everything I've noticed year by year, of every unexpected bloom and broken wall, of every wind that pushed me harder here. The map I made of my own neighborhood has no official scale or legend or review, just the record of a person paying attention to the particular and ordinary and true. I added a new route in February, when the usual way was blocked by something loud. I found a lane I hadn't known was there, behind the dry cleaner's narrow but unbound. It added only 90 seconds to the journey, but it had a gate with vines that made it feel like a different neighborhood entirely. Something hidden, something almost real. I've told no one about the lane specifically. It isn't secret doubt. And the neighborhood keeps offering new pieces to anyone who walks it with enough time. The map I made of my own neighborhood is made of everything I've noticed year by year, of every unexpected bloom and broken wall, of every wind that pushed me harder here. The map I made of my own neighborhood has no official scale or legend or review, just the record of a person paying attention to the particular and ordinary and true. Someday I'll leave this neighborhood and carry the map inside me to another place. And it will take years to build the same cartography, to know a new corner the same way, face to face. But I'll start with the wind direction and the bakeries and the windows with a light that's always on. And I'll build a new map in the new neighborhood while keeping everything of this one fond. The map I made of my own neighborhood will be complete only when I've left it, and then I'll see the whole shape from the distance and understand the roots I hadn't set it. The map I made of my own neighborhood is the autobiography of where I've been most true. And every lane and corner and blue lamp. The rain falls on the same streets it has always fallen, over different names of people walking through, over different shoes and different kinds of hurry, over different versions of whatever is still true. There was a rain here in some other century, before the streets were named the names they have, before the buildings held the addresses that received the letters and the aftermath. And it fell the same diagonally in autumn, with the same insistence and the same slow spread. The puddles in the same low places pooling, the puddles pulling it the same old thread. I think about the rain as something continuous, a substance with a longer life than names, that fell before I came and will keep falling long after I've returned to where I came. There's a comfort in the rain's indifference. It doesn't distinguish between the year or the address. It just falls toward the lowest available surface with the democratic logic of largeness. And I am just a surface for a moment that the rain moves through and carries and releases. What the rain remembers is much longer than anything a single person holds. It remembers every October it has traveled, every surface and every story told. What the rain remembers has no center. It is distributed equally across the centuries of all the streets it's fallen, and all the things it carried and then lost. I stood inside a doorway watching it accumulate in the crack between two cobblestones below, and thought about the cobblestone installer who placed that crack in some year I can't know. Did they watch the rain collect in their own work with satisfaction or with something else? Did they stand where I was standing, thinking backward through all the rain that hadn't fallen yet themselves? The water moving toward the drain knows nothing of the distance it has traveled to get here, from cloud to street to drain to somewhere else, to cloud again with all the in-between unclear. And yet the system carries something forward, even without knowing what it holds. The water has a memory in its movement, the oldest library never cold. And I am grateful to be standing in a doorway while something ancient passes through my street. What the rain remembers is much longer than anything a single person holds. It remembers every October it has traveled, every surface and every story told. What the rain remembers has no center. It is distributed equally across the centuries of all the streets it's fallen, and all the things it carried and then lost. Maybe all of our forgotten forgetting isn't losing. Maybe what we lose becomes the rain and falls on someone else's ordinary Tuesday, and finds a way to be itself again. Maybe memory doesn't live inside us, but circulates through everything alive. And what we felt in some October doorway is still there are mornings I didn't photograph that I remember better than the ones I did. The light through the gap in the old curtain, the cup, the sound, the way the city hid. I went through phases of recording everything, a period of documentation, serious and long, and came out of it with a full archive, and somehow lost the feeling of the song. The unrecorded mornings are more vivid. They live in the body, not the screen, and I can find them with my eyes still open in the texture, whatever Tuesday's been. There was a morning in my late 20s in a city I was living in temporarily, when the light came in and made a stripe across the floorboard, and I sat in it and felt extraordinarily free. Nobody knows about that morning, it doesn't exist outside the body's keep, but it was mine completely and entirely, and it was real the way the deep things are, real and deep. The days that lived without a record lived longer in the body, not the file. Mornings that no one photographed still happen, they're not less real for having no receipt. The light that landed on the floor the Tuesday is as true as anything I chose to keep. Mornings that no one photographed still mattered, they accumulated quietly inside, and the person that I am today is partly made of all the mornings no one archived. I had a breakfast once at a counter stool in a place I'd wandered into without knowing why. The eggs were plain and perfect, and the coffee was the kind that makes you glad you didn't die. I talked to no one and I wrote down nothing, and then I caught a bus and went about my day, and that morning is as clear to me as any that I carefully framed and put away. There's a mercy in the moments no one's watching that allows a different kind of being there, where you're not performing presence for the record, just present in the full specific air. And perhaps those mornings gave me more completely to whatever it was I needed to receive, because the camera is a kind of distance, and the unrecorded morning is a different kind of belief. And every undocumented hour is an archive in a language only memory can read. Mornings that no one photographed still happen, they're not less real for having no receipt. The light that landed on the floor. The Tuesday is as true as anything I chose to keep. Mornings that no one photographed still mattered. They accumulated quieter inside, and the person that I am today is partly made of all the mornings no one archived. I'll photograph some things, I'll keep the practice. A record has its value and its place, but I'm also learning when to leave the phone inside and give the morning my full face, and trust that what is felt is what is kept in the deeper archive of the years. That the unrecorded light and unrecorded coffee will be there when I need them clear. Mornings that no one photographed are waiting inside the body like a second library, full of light and eggs and stripe of sun on floorboards and the cities I was lucky enough to see. Mornings that no one photographed are generous. They give themselves completely to the one who's there, and I am grateful for the times I put the phone down and let the morning have me then and there. There are mornings I didn't photograph that I remember best of all. The light, the cup, the city softly waking, the particular fall of something through a curtain gap that no one else has seen, and that is mine forever. Whatever else I've been. There was a sweater on the chair when I woke up, blue-gray, familiar, not exactly mine. I stood there for a moment trying to place it, following it back along some kind of line. It must have been my sister's from the visit 3 weekends back, when she stayed through the rain. She'd layered it and left it in the hurry of catching the early train back home again. I held it for a moment before folding. It smelled like her apartment, like her soap, like the specific mixture of two people who grew up in the same house, same hope. I put it on the chair back, not the drawer, because folding felt too final to resolve. There are some objects that resist the putting away, like they need to stay visible to be loved. The ordinary evidence of other people is one of the best things a room can hold. Someone left a sweater on the chair, and I am glad they did, and I am glad it's there. It means someone was here and warmth was happening, and warmth without an owner still is fair. Someone left a sweater on the chair. These small remainders of the people that we keep. A scarf, a book, a charger, an umbrella, our company of a very gentle kind to read. There's a coffee mug my friend left on a Tuesday, with a ring on the base I never cleaned away. It's still there on the shelf beside the others, a quiet monument to that ordinary day. There's a book that someone lent me and forgot, 3 years of reading with their name inside. I've read it twice and both times thought of them and felt their taste walk closely by my side. There's a key that I kept long after the lock changed, of a place I lived in that no longer is. It opens nothing now, but I don't leave it, because it's still a key and still feels like it gives. There's a whole collection of the people that I love, and all these objects that they left without a thought. Someone left a sweater on the chair, and I am glad they did, and I am glad it's there. It means someone was here and warmth was happening, and warmth without an owner still is fair. Sweater on the chair, these small remainders of the people that we keep. A scarf, a book, a charger, an umbrella, our company of a very gentle kind to read. Someday I'll send the sweater back to her, or she'll come and take it in the spring. But for now I'll leave it on the back of the chair, where it does exactly what a sweater needs to bring. And I'll live with all these gentle artifacts of lives that touched mine and kept moving on, because having been here is a kind of staying, even when the person having been is gone. Someone left a sweater on the chair, and I am keeping it a little longer still, because the blue-gray of it in the morning light is quietly, specifically a thrill. Someone left a sweater on the chair and left behind a warmth I didn't plan. And I will return it, of course, eventually, but not before I've held it while I can. There was a sweater on the chair when I woke up, blue-gray, familiar, not exactly mine. I left it where it was and made my coffee, and felt less alone along the line. The florist on the small street near the station doesn't say a lot when you come in. She looks at you a moment, then the flowers, and then she starts to put something together. I've been going to her shop for over 2 years, never knowing quite what I'll leave with. She has a way of reading the occasion, from the way you're standing and the light. I came in once after a difficult week, not knowing what the week had been to look at. She picked some yellow things, low-voiced and steady, and wrapped them up in paper without asking why. She charged me a fair price and gave me change, and something in the way she counted out the coins felt like permission to be quieter than I'd managed in the previous days. I've never told her anything about me. She's never asked which is its own respect. We meet across the language of the flowers and leave with something neither could predict. There are people who communicate in objects, whose fluency is texture, color, form. The florist who doesn't speak much gives you more than someone who would fill the space with sound. She listens with her hands among the stems and gives you back the thing that you have found. The florist who doesn't speak much knows that flowers speak a different kind of truth, that white means clarity and red means present, and yellow on a hard week is a roof. I watched her once with someone young and nervous, who was buying for a reason hard to name. She took her time and didn't ask directly, but built them something gentle all the same. She added one small branch of something unexpected that didn't match by any rule I know, but somehow made the whole arrangement breathe more like a line in a poem that lets the poem go. I have tried to learn the names of what she uses, but she rotates the season through the shelves, and half the time the names are just approximations of things that have been living by themselves. There is a craft in what she does on Tuesdays when the new delivery comes, and she rearranges every vase and every bucket in the window into something none of us could name, but all of us can see. And I watch her through the glass sometimes before entering. The total concentration of the hands. The floor florist who doesn't speak much gives you more than someone who would fill the space with sound. She listens with her hands among the stems and gives you back the thing that you have found. The florist who doesn't speak much knows that flowers speak a different kind of truth. That white means clarity and red means present and yellow on a hard week is a roof. I'd like to bring her something one day that says what her flowers say to me. Some gesture in a language she'd receive that isn't flowers, but that sets me free. But maybe the return visit is enough, the showing up with whatever the week was, and trusting her to find the right response in the bucket near the door, just because. The florist who doesn't speak much teaches me that expertise wears quiet like a coat, that you don't have to narrate the transaction to make it something worth a steady note. The florist who doesn't speak much is always there on the small street near the station, near the rain, and I'll keep going back with my hard weeks and leaving with. I have been mapping my neighborhood for years, not on paper, just inside the body. Each corner has a texture, each lane a smell, a private atlas no one else can read. I know the route that takes me past the bakery, and the one that avoids the scaffolding on 3rd. I know the shortcut through the parking structure that only works on Sundays, which is absurd. I know which walls of murals worth revisiting, and which ones were painted over, I'm not sure when. I know the tree that blooms before the others, and the stump of the one that won't bloom again. I know the corner where the wind accelerates, no matter what direction it was blowing from before. And the alcove near the library entrance that shelters you completely 2 steps from the door. I know the apartment window that has lights on every single night I've walked home late, with a blue lamp I've grown fond of in the distance, a quiet constancy I've come to appreciate. The knowledge of a neighborhood is earned by walking it in all its weathers slowly. The map I made of my own neighborhood is made of everything I've noticed year by year, of every unexpected bloom and broken wall, of every wind that pushed me harder here, particular and ordinary and true. I added a new route in February, when the usual way was blocked by something loud. I found a lane I hadn't known was there behind the dry cleaners, narrow but unbowed. It added only 90 seconds to the journey, but it had a gate with vines that made it feel like a different neighborhood entirely. Something hidden, something almost real. I've told no one about the lane specifically. It isn't secret, it's just mine for now. And someday someone else will find it also and add it to their own map. I allow, but for this season it's the route I carry through the February mornings going out. And I arrive at work with something extra, some private knowledge countering the doubt. And the neighborhood keeps offering new pieces to anyone who walks it with enough time. The map I made of my own neighborhood is made of everything I've noticed year by year, of every unexpected bloom and broken wall, of every wind that pushed me harder here. The map I made of my own neighborhood has no official scale or legend or review, just the record of a person paying attention to the particular and ordinary and true. Someday I'll leave this neighborhood and carry the map inside me to another place. And it will take years to build the same cartography, to know a new corner the same way, face to face. But I'll start with the wind direction and the bakeries and the windows with the light that's always on. And I'll build a new map in the new neighborhood, while keeping everything of this one fond. The map I made of my own neighborhood will be complete only when I've left it. And then I'll see the whole shape from the distance and understand the routes I hadn't set it. The map I made of my own neighborhood is the autobiography of where I've been most true. And every lane and corner and blue lamp in the window is a version of me walking through. I have been mapping my neighborhood for years, and I am still not done. There is always one more lane, one more particular light, one more tree about to bloom before I'm anywhere near finished with the work of being home. it has always fallen over different names of people walking through, over different shoes and different kinds of hurry, over different versions of whatever is still true. There was a rain here in some other century, before the streets were named the names they have, before the buildings held the addresses that received the letters and the aftermath. And it fell the same diagonally autumn, with the same insistence and the same slow spread. The puddles in the same low places pooling, the gutters pulling it the same old thread. I think about the rain as something continuous, a substance with a longer life than names, that fell before I came and will keep falling long after I've returned to where I came. There's a comfort in the rain's indifference. It doesn't distinguish between the year or the address. It just falls toward the lowest available surface with the democratic logic of the address. And I am just a surface for a moment that the rain moves through and carries and releases. What the rain here remembers is much longer than anything a single person holds, which remembers every October it has traveled, every surface and every story told. What the rain remembers has no center. It is distributed equally across the centuries of all the streets it's fallen, and all the things it carried and then lost. I stood inside a doorway watching it accumulate in the crack between two cobblestones below, and thought about the cobblestone installer who placed that crack in some year I can't know. Did they watch the rain collect in their own work with satisfaction or with something else? Did they stand where I was standing, thinking backward through all the rain that hadn't fallen yet themselves? The water moving toward the drain knows nothing of the distance it has traveled to get here. From cloud to street to drain to somewhere else, to cloud again with all the in-between unclear. And yet the system carries something forward, even without knowing what it holds. The water has a memory in its movement, the oldest library never cold. And I am grateful to be standing in a doorway while something ancient passes through my street. What the rain remembers is much longer than anything a single person holds. It remembers every October it has traveled, every surface and every story told. What the rain remembers has no center. It is distributed equally across the centuries of all the streets it's fallen, and all the things it carried and then lost. Maybe all of our forgetting isn't losing. Maybe what we lose becomes the rain and falls on someone else's ordinary Tuesday, and finds a way to be itself again. Maybe memory doesn't live inside us, but circulates through everything alive. And what we felt in some October doorway is still falling